Hi, everybody, and welcome to another installment of Align's Daily Dose of Advice, our way of bringing you valuable insights and thought leadership from business experts from around the world on various topics that will hopefully help you and your business. My name is Eugene Turk. I'm the Vice President of Align. You can learn more about Align at aligntoday.com. My guest today is the transition guy, Peter Boolkah. Peter spent 15 years at McDonald's before transitioning into business coaching. Since joining Action Coach in 2005, Peter has received multiple coaching awards and was inducted into the Action Coach Hall of Fame in 2013. Peter is also a certified scaling up coach. Peter, always a pleasure to see you and speak to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Eugene.
Uh,
Pleasure to
I
be on.
Thank you. I know that you have recently been presenting some free webinars on the subject of costly cash flow mistakes that many companies make and how best to avoid them. So today I was hoping that we could discuss the importance of cash, especially at a time like this, and other tips for companies on the subject of cash, debt, and cash flow forecasting. So I know that one of the costly mistakes that you sort of point out is companies who measure the health of their business based on the current amount of cash that they have in the bank. Why is that a mistake?
Because cash is a lagging indicator. Cash is the end result of trading. And the challenge with cash being in the bank, it's all very good when you've got cash in the bank, but when you come through a period, and we've literally had a very good period where revenue growth has been strong, companies have been doing well, we've been at the height of a market, and really it doesn't require too much skill to run a business when you're at the height of the market. It's the easiest time to do it. But as soon as we go from a height of a market to an absolute global shutdown, which we're just experiencing as we speak, the reality is your cash in a bank is one indicator, but it doesn't really give you a picture where your health of your business is at, because it doesn't tell us how much you've got outstanding in terms of paying your suppliers, what your receivables are, etc. And if those two are unhealthy, you'll run out of cash very quickly. And most companies, they don't ever die through lack of profit. Unfortunately, most companies die through lack of cash. So yeah, although having cash in the bank is good, that is not the picture we should be looking at. We should be looking at what's led to the cash in the bank.
Got it. In terms of what you're advising some of your coaching companies or coaching clients, what are your clients doing right now, or what are you telling them to do in terms of maintaining their debt collection processes? And what I mean by that is, what are they doing to make sure that they keep collecting money that they are owed or they are due from customers who might similarly be in a very difficult cash position right now?
This is becoming a really difficult one. So first and foremost, all my clients have people on board that are dedicated to debt recovery. So it's their job. Collections is their job, because most people, in all fairness, and a lot of entrepreneurs, that's the job they hate the most, collections.
Yeah.
So what they tend to do, they tend to ignore it and let it slide. I mean, the reality now is it's tougher to, with a lot of companies, it's tougher to get collections in. The reality is people are holding up the cash cycle, so to speak. People are not paying because they're not being paid, etc. And the reality is those people that scream the loudest are getting paid. I mean, I'm seeing very little in terms of flow of cash at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't necessarily see that speeding up anytime soon, because the challenge you've got is a lot of people have gone into hibernation and underground, where they're just not taking the calls.
Mm-hmm.
And as a business, you can go out there and start the court process to recover your debt. But if the US or any other countries are like the UK, the majority of the court system has been shut down. So nothing is happening anywhere. And entrepreneurs know that. So it's right now is a stall tactic. That's why we've got so many people at the moment going for the coronavirus business interruption loan schemes. I know you've got something similar in the States.
Yep.
We've got it in the UK. And really, that is there to design. That's designed to really accommodate a situation like we're currently experiencing. And it sucks. It really does. And I think people, it's not that people don't want to pay, but everyone is genuinely scared stiff. And they're trying to hold on onto their cash, hoping that they can hold on.
Yeah. That they can weather the storm and get through it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are your, I know one of the things that you really promote is doing good cash flow forecasts. And so how are your current clients adjusting those cash flow forecasts given the uncertainty in the business landscape right now? If you
Okay.
have any examples, feel
So
free.
what we're using the scale up cash. So the scaling up cash sort of system that we have. I'm using sort of Alan Mills' and Josh Milner's system. Basically, what we're doing when we're doing our cash flow forecast, what's really important for us is to work out exactly where our cash is tied up,
Hmm.
and actually work out what is going to be the best strategy to get us through the cash. Because a lot of people think that as soon as we come out of it, we can trade our way out of it. And that's not necessarily the case. What you're finding is a lot of people are saying, well, in order for us to sort of keep trading, we need you to give us discounts. And a lot of companies are discounting their products right now, but not thinking what impact that actually is having on the cash.
Hmm.
So we're taking all that into consideration. We're looking at where the capital is tied up, etc. And we're looking at what we can afford to do going forward, how we can afford to trade, and then putting strategies in accordingly. Because for some customers, actually, an increase in revenue isn't the right thing to do. For some clients, we're much better off reducing our inventory days, getting better control of our inventory days, and actually reducing our overhead a little bit, because that's going to have a greater impact on cash than just increasing our sales. So
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, so we're modeling it in detail as opposed to putting together a traditional cash flow forecast.
And so are you discouraging your clients from offering discounts at this time?
Absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And
Because
why is that?
because people don't understand the relationship between revenue and cash. And very often, as soon as you start discounting your product, depending on how your cash is turned up, you may have to increase your sales significantly more to stay still. Why would you want to work twice or three times harder to remain in the same place?
Yep.
You're better off slightly increasing your prices and reducing your revenue rather than work twice as hard and not be in a great place. So no, I'm never ever a great fan of discounting at the best of times because our costs are not going to go down. The
Yep.
reality is the bank's not going to sort of say all of a sudden we're going to give you a lower interest rate, or the utility company's going to say, yeah, we're going to reduce your utility bills. It doesn't happen. So we've got to be really careful that we don't trade out desperation.
Got it. And what about for those companies who are fortunate enough to have some cash reserves in the bank right now? We talked about that that's not necessarily the best way to maintain or to view the health of your business, but obviously that is an advantage to those companies right now.
Yeah, I've got a
Are you,
number. Gone.
I was just going to ask, what are you seeing them do with that cash? Are they simply saving it? Are they using it to pivot their product or service offerings, or to take advantage of some new opportunities that they might be seeing out in the marketplace for when this is over?
So I've got a number of clients that have been trading to the point where they've been waiting for this to happen.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, they've literally, as we saw this happening, they've maxed out their credit rating, etc. They've taken it out. They've borrowed as much cash as they can. They're now sitting on cash, and undoubtedly, what's going to happen now is businesses are going to fail. It happens in every cycle. So what we're waiting for is we're waiting for the market to crash, and then they're going to go shopping, and they'll either pick up cheaper assets, they'll pick up cheaper businesses where we're perhaps just buying what little goodwill is left, etc., bolt it into the business and start scaling. So we've already got a strategy to build our business, because actually the best time to build your business is in a recession. That's if you looked in the last recession, you had Netflix and other companies, they had their biggest growth. You'll see that in this recession that's coming, companies are going to have their biggest growth. So yeah, I've got a number of clients that are just now sitting on the cash and waiting for the opportunities to present themselves.
All right, Peter, same question I ask everyone who comes on the Daily Dose of Advice. What is the number one piece of advice that you are giving your coaching clients right now?
Well, so right now we've pivoted. So we spent the first 4 weeks managing the crisis. So you know what it's like. Everyone is panicking, etc. They're a bit punch drunk. They don't know what's hit them. They're readjusting. We've done all of that. We've established where we are in terms of cash. Now we're working on strategy. We're working on the strategy that, yes, let's make the assumption that in another 8 weeks we come out of this. So it'll be a total of a 12-week cycle.
Hmm.
How do we want to come out of this? So we're working on the plan. We're working on the coming out plan, and actually what that will look like and what the business will look like.
And what is the time frame for the planning process? Are you looking at a typical quarterly time frame,
Yeah,
or longer or
quarterly.
shorter?
We're looking at the first 90 days out.
Got it.
And the
All
reason
right.
we're doing that is we're not sure whether when we come out, that's it, we're out and there's no more lockdowns, or whether there's going to be another wave that hits us towards the end of the year and then we have another lockdown. So we've really got our first stage strategy to see where we're at, how the market lays, etc. And then we'll go quarter by quarter for now.
Okay. Peter, I'm sure the companies that are working with you love having you in their corner and really value your expertise and your guidance. Always a pleasure talking to you. Thank you for joining us and sharing your thoughts and wisdom. If you would like to learn more about Peter, you can check out his website at Boolkah, BOOLKAH.com. If you'd like to learn more about Align, again, you can check out aligntoday.com. And we hope you will join us next time. Till then, thank you so much, and we hope you make it a great day.